some times with Larry that will continue to influence me for the rest of my life. There was 3 men that influenced Maria Gano in this world, and that was my dad, my grandfather, and Larry Gibson. The last conversation that I had with Larry Gibson was in a conference call, and it was we were planning the Mountain Heroes event, and something that it was very important for everyone to hear that Larry had to say on this call, and it was very important. He wanted folks to hear this. We have to get the youth involved. We have to get the young people standing up. The next generation is who will end this. Let's hope that it ends in Ken Heckler's life. But let's see to it that it ends in our lifetimes. We have a struggle ahead of us, and Larry Gibson will take every step of that struggle with us. Judy Bonds will take every step of that struggle with us. Jim Foster will take that every step of that struggle. Winnie Fox, so many others that have left before us. They walk with us. And when we sit down, they sit with us. And when we sit too long, they say, get off your ass. Thank you tremendously, Larry Gibson, for filling this room with people that you've inspired. If Larry Gibson inspired you, raise your hand. I need not say any more. Thank you.
All right. So, I want to sing this song. It's Psalm 23, and I put some music to it, and it's an amazing affirmation of life, and especially like to dedicate this to Larry's family. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside still waters. He restoreth my soul. He restoreth my soul. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever, forever. He restoreth my soul, my soul, my soul. He restoreth my soul. He restoreth my soul, my soul, my soul. He restoreth my soul. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. comfort me, I will fear no evil. He restored my soul. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life. I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. Forever. He restoreth my soul, my soul, my soul. He restoreth my soul. He restoreth my soul, my soul, my soul. He restored my soul. My cup runneth over. My cup runneth over. He restored my soul, my soul, my soul. He restored my soul. He restored my soul.
Afternoon, y'all. I invite you to look in your program to the audience participation sheet because you are going to participate with me in a minute. And while you are doing that, I'll tell you why I chose the particular psalm and the responsive reading that I did. It's because in 2007, when I was newly back to this state, I grew up here, you know, have roots that go back to the late 1700s here. But I left here. And when I came back in 2007, two of the most important people that I met were Abe Moira, wherever he is floating around here, and Larry Gibson. And between those two, and my enthusiasm for faith community involvement in the mountaintop removal issues, because I was also a newly ordained Presbyterian pastor, we put together a prayer service on Caford Mountain. Over 100 people attended that service. It's one of the first things I'd gotten involved in as a new activist. Never thought I'd be one of those, but there I was. Thanks to people like Abe and Larry and so many others. And so I want to repeat one of the things that was used that day. It's this responsive reading from Psalm 65. So please join me. Praise is due to you, O you who answer prayer. To you all flesh shall come. You are the hope of all the ends of the earth and of the farthest seas. You silence the roaring of the seas and the tumult of the peoples. You visit the earth and water it. The river of God is full of water. The meadows clothe themselves with flocks. the valleys deck themselves with grain. Creation is longing to shout and sing together for joy. Amen. And thank you, Larry. So nice to see everybody here. I'm Janet Keating and I'm with OVEC. And Carol, Victoria, Larry, Jr., Cameron, again, want to thank you for sharing Larry with us. He served on OVEC's board for 12 years. And I remember when Larry was the first really outspoken person on this issue of mountaintop removal. And I want to thank you for sharing him with us. He was so generous with his time, And he learned, and we all saw that in this work that personal growth wasn't optional. We saw Larry grow by leaps and bounds in this work. And in fact, you know, early on, he would be calling OVAC or talking to me or talking to Diane and needing something or talking to Laura. And by the end of it, in the last few years, I would be calling him, and the words he would say, and I can hear his voice when he says this, "What can I do for you, young lady? How can I help you, young lady?" Those words echo. Larry actually did turn the whole notion of power and leadership on its head. I loved it. And I thought, I just loved hearing what Bill DiPaolo had to say about that, so I'm just going to let that lie. It's amazing to me. God was in that, believe me. I believe that with all my heart. I'm the executive director at OVAC, and I know what it takes, and others in this room knows what it takes to win work, to win the kinds of issues we're fighting. Dedicated people like Larry Gibson really can make a huge impact. All the people in this room have already made a huge impact, but I'm also very practical about this work. I have to be practical because that's my job. It takes two things. It takes people, and it takes money. And I've done this before, and I'm going to do it again here today, is I'm going to ask all of you to open your hearts and open your wallets. Yep, I'm asking you during this. It feels a little like church, right? It does. We're celebrating a life here. And so I'm going to ask you to open your hearts, open your wallets, and there are going to be some bright hats coming around. And if you don't have any money with you today, I bet you can pick up one of these envelopes out there in the entryway and make sure that Larry's dream is carried forward. We're all in this together. It takes a lot to get this work done. And my friend, Abe Moira, is going to tell you about the Larry Gibson Memorial Fund. Thank you very much for being here.
We decided we would tag team this because Janet is really good at asking for money, and so I'm going to try to be as dry as possible and just get through this. My name is Abraham. I'm on the board, and Larry made a big impact on my life. I'm going to spend the rest of my life, dedicating it to his vision. Early board meetings, we really struggled with how do you build a program around around the work that Larry had been doing for at that time it had been decades, 20, 25, 20 more or more years. And so most of y'all know Keepers of the Mountains has two main programs. One is the Over the Road program. It's a speakers program. You've seen a lot of those speakers up here tonight. There's even more than I think. I can't even remember the number of them. It's a continually growing program. And the other piece of it, again, kind of along with what Larry had done in terms of saving Cave Ward Mountain, is to try to replicate that among other people who have land that they want to save from the coal industry. Larry had really created a potential strategy here for that 50 acres. Larry and the family did, right, in terms of protecting that land. But can we build a program out of that to kind of give the fight against mountaintop removal some toeholds around the state. So the donation that we're asking from you today is to go to the Larry Gibson Memorial Fund, which we've just started. It's to memorialize his life and to kind of be able to push the work forward. That fund will specifically be used to cover all the costs here, and we've already had such generosity come to the organization from our allies. Most of this celebration is already paid for, but whatever is left, that money will be used for this and to outfit Cape Ford Mountain with solar panels. It's actually a three-stage project to bring solar power to the mountain and also to bring potable water to the mountain. We're actually gonna use the model for water that Larry discovered in the Amazon. So we're gonna use that same technology that they use in the Amazon and bring it to Cape Ford Mountain. 3 stages. I'm gonna tell you the budget that we put in the grant. It was just a little over $50,000 to do all that work. That grant brought in $18,000 already. We have 30 solar panels sitting in a shed somewhere in the Kanawha Valley region. So the solar panels are here. We have a big chunk of money that we're going to move forward with, but we need people to be generous. We want to imagine a tour at Cape Ford Mountain where people start out with that home place kind of saved, and showing the alternative, really living the alternative before you take people out to see how they've destroyed the rest of the mountains. That it'll be part of the tour. It'll be part of what people learn, is that we can actually do this sustainably, right? You can have a home place on top of a mountain and save it. And then we're going to reach out and build our Heritage Home Place program to other folks who have land similar to that piece of land where the mineral rights are separated from the surface rights, and so the coal company gets more rights than you do. But I'm sorry, I was trying to be short and dry. Yeah, give to the Larry Gibson Memorial Fund. We're moving forward. Thank you.